Richician.
Hey YouTube, Dark Richician 84 here, and I'm finally profiling my fourth favourite deck ever, and one of the greatest decks I ever made, Legendary Hero. A hero deck focused on Dark Magician, Elemental Hero Neos, Stardust Dragon, and Utopia, which for those who don't know the story was actually a collaboration idea between me, Notu Lord of Light, now Inkweaver, and Ultimate Gamer 31, because they asked me, is it possible to play both Dark Magician and Neos in a deck together? At first I said no, but then I thought, actually there is a way to make it work, because they have very similar support. They're both normal monsters. They can both be milled off Prisma and revived through things like Swing of Memories and Birthright. And after a bit of trial and error, we came up with, well, my best build from the March 2011 format. And just before that, with some help from Margin Sage of Darkness. That's not distracting.
Well, I've just got a can of monster between my chest, in the middle of my chest. Don't see
what you could do after he's finished this deck profile, which I think is what he's doing.
Yeah, I am.
Try not to laugh Yoda challenge, but this time with a different twist.
I'll be interested to hear.
Instead of milling 2 when you laugh, you mill 3.
I thought it was only 1 before. We never did it with 2. Anyway.
No, let's do it with 2 then, instead of 3. Yeah, 2.
So anyway, even though I hated the March 2011 format because of 6 Samurais, at the same time, this was when Legendary Hero was at its best, and I did win 2 tournaments with it. One being the KCPT, and the other a normal locals, where I went up against pretty much nothing but meta, 6 Sams, Dragoons, Tengu Plant, and beat the lot of them. Right, so let us begin, starting with the first main monster, Dark Magician. One's all that's needed. Then the second main monster, 2 copies of Elemental Hero Neos. Then other Elemental Heroes consist of Stratos, which has a glare.
Where?
There on the stair.
Oh, because it's light.
2 copies of Prisma. 2 copies of Sparkman, because how I made the deck was I made it a fusion of my signature 3 decks, so it does include some other classic Elemental Heroes. I say some, but more specifically Neos, Sparkman and Shining Flare Wingman, which I'll get to later. Then 1 Ocean and 1 Ice Edge. Other monsters consist of 2 copies of Debris Dragon, my only tuner, 3 copies of King of the Swamp, Dandelion, Treeborn Frog, Battle Fader, and finally, because it is a fusion of my signature 3, Rainbow Dragon, so I can make Rainbow Neos, which I'll show you later. Oh yeah, and yes, that is the original print from Tactical Evolution. So, that's it for monsters. On with spells, starting with Summoner's Art, which I use to add Dark Magician or Neos. Rota, because it's a warrior deck. 3 copies of E-Emergency Call, which also have a glare. I wish I chose a better position. 3 copies of Miracle Fusion. Just 2 copies of Polymerization. I think I only played 2 because I felt like 3 was a brick back then. Future Fusion. Then for generic stuff, Dark Hole, Trunade, Monster Reborn, and 2 MSTs. And that's it for spells, one with traps. So then for the traps, I have a single copy of Compulsory Evacuation Device, a Magic Cylinder, Mirror Force, again that has a glare, Torrential Tribute, and Call of the Haunted. I feel like I should probably play 2 copies of Fiendish Chain instead of Cylinder and Compulsed, so at least that way I have generic monster effect negation, and maybe I'll consider that. And now for the extra deck. I'm going to do this in reverse order while Gamer Central's dying laughing for some reason.
On my decks.
So we have Utopia,
I swear you have this.
the only Exceeds monster, and the other signature monster.
Multi-brain.
Synchros,
Probably the same one, but
Stardust
it's a
Dragon,
more healthier version, I think.
And
So,
Black Rose Dragon, and that is my original copy of Black Rose Dragon, I must point out. And then because I can make them, Trishula. This is my original copy of Trish, which I pulled from that Hidden Arsenal 4 box. Gunga, a suggestion from either Max, your Silver Cyclone, or
Also,
Gunga.
a subscriber to Dark Richician's channel.
Yeah, exactly. That's Infusions. A single copy of Rainbow Neos, no more, no less is needed. Dark Paladin. And then for Elemental Hero Fusions, 2 copies of The Shining, and these are the very first copies I ever got. Both of them were given to me by good friends of mine, Emma Blue Eyes 10 and Kalo Shade.
and it means the card, not the actual movie.
Exactly. 2 copies of Shining Flare Wingman, my favourite fusion. Then 2 copies of Absolute Zero. A single copy of Terra Firma. And finally, Gaia. I could have probably played Nova Master in here, but obviously Black Rose is my only fire monster. And it, I don't know if it was worth it really. Plus, I don't even know if cards from Generation Force would be legal for March 2011 format decks. I'm going to assume that's probably the case. But yeah, that's the profile for Legendary Hero. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and a comment, share and subscribe if you haven't subbed already. And stay safe, and I'll catch you guys later. Whoops. Slight timber. See ya. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Dark Richician YouTube channel.